Yeah, so we switched back from Americana. I didn't have a movie that changed my life.
Yeah, after the weird left turn I took us on last week, back to our roots.
Somebody did post a comment on our thing. It's a
Yeah,
link to
spam comment.
Yeah, to some webcam
Yeah,
for Hispanics, I guess.
yeah, Spanish.
I said, "Oh wow, thanks.
Yeah.
Good to know."
But what is this? This is from
one-
1992. What's
Yeah,
the name of this
92.
movie?
Is it Talons of Eagle or
Talons
Eagle
of the Eagle.
Yeah, Talons of the Eagle.
Talons of the Eagle.
Is it Billy Blanks?
Billy Blanks.
Yeah, Taebo guy.
And the guy we saw in Tiger Claws.
1, 2.
I haven't seen the third one. We
haven't watched the third one. But yeah, he was in 1 and 2 and something else.
Jalal Mary.
Yeah, that boring guy.
He's got a Seagal wig. Steven Seagal.
That's right.
wig.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I would imagine. I think this is probably done like right after the first one.
Right around
Tiger
the same
Claws.
time.
Because
Yeah.
Tiger Claws 2, he didn't have the wig. He just went to nice cut, and he didn't have the long hair.
I think the first one he had real hair, and then the second one it was wig.
Mm.
I think he lost a little too much,
Yeah,
and they couldn't fix it.
I guess not. Yeah. Oh, you want to
Let's do these shots. Yeah. So.
Sorry, I'm thirsty. All right, cheers.
Cheers. So yeah, this is another Vinegar Syndrome VSA release.
Yeah.
It's this sort of.
Oh, James Hong.
Oh yeah, James Hong. You can't forget James Hong.
He's in everything.
The legend.
Still alive and kicking.
Yeah.
I think.
He even does some martial arts.
Yeah.
Sort of. I've never seen such active use of a stunt double.
You have to.
Yeah.
This man has been
Dude's-
old.
He's been 70 for 30 years.
Exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So this it's basically DEA. The two guys are in the DEA, Billy Blanks and Jalal. And it's they've got they're both cops, and they've newly been joined together in Toronto to try to take down this Chinese drug lord James Hong.
Yeah.
And you get the sort of the white-black dynamic from the 90s where Billy Blanks is making fun of Jalal's
music.
Yeah, his Mozart, and then he's talking shit about his quote black music.
Yeah. I can't listen to your Mozarts. It ain't Mozarts. It's Beethoven.
And he's playing some like dance hip hop kind of the stuff I used to hear in the skating rink when I was a little kid.
It's awesome music.
Yeah.
You dance to it, like Billy Blanks said.
Yeah, they try to get that kind of buddy dynamic going, but
it just doesn't work. And
both of those
I guess
guys.
they realized it. Like later on in the movie, they kind of did their own separate thing.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie,
because neither of those guys can act for shit.
No.
Terrible. Even basic conversations.
Like when they first meet up. Oh, you look like your photo.
Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, you look like your photo. Well, I hope I didn't disappoint.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's a weird thing to say.
Unless you just met some girl online, which makes sense.
Now, yeah.
But not as two DEA agents.
I hope I look like my photo.
Yeah. And so they're going to infiltrate, and how they're going to do that is, of course, there's a tournament. Underground fighting tournament.
Same principle as like a Tiger Claw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's blood sport. It's all this. It's an easy setup.
Yeah. You're gonna win the tournament. You're gonna win the main guy's loyalty to get in.
Yeah, and then this was just what actually happened was James Hong he fucked some guy over in the deal, and the guy tried to shoot him during the tournament, and Billy Blanks and Jalal stopped him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you guys are great. How about $5,000 a week to do security?"
I will do that, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Anything you want, $5,000 a week, I'm down.
sure. Let's talk about a little bit about the action in this movie.
Yeah, it's great action.
You know, it's
Clearly
it's
choreographed
that
action.
C tier
Yeah.
action.
The Jalal dude looks a little bit slow versus his other movies.
Yeah, we've put on a couple pounds.
Yeah, after
Something.
his success of Tiger Claws, he did some stuff. And
Right. started living that
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
You see me in Tiger Claws? Yeah, that's me. But Billy Blankenship, he
Billy Blankenship.
can't
Just
ever
call him
get
Billy
his-
Taebo.
Billy Taebo.
Yeah.
He gets it. He
He's
does
all-
the jumps. He's
Yeah.
got the muscle,
I mean, he's definitely ripped. He's jacked as shit. I mean, he's definitely jacked.
and he's fast.
He's a big guy too. But yeah, it's kind of. I would say not even as good as say at Cynthia Rothrock kind of level
Oh,
of
no.
karate. It's just sort of because they go to this school to learn kung fu, and they learn the Eagle Claw kung fu.
Yeah.
So there's all these training sequences, and then there's Master Fawn or whatever his name is, who is actually playing himself, I guess, apparently in the movie. And so then they're starting to try to incorporate like they're doing this kung fu style, and they're not very good at it.
No.
And so it just looks like retarded kung fu. It's very sloppy kung fu. I mean, that kind of stuff, it's got to be really snappy.
Yeah.
You got to be really good to make that shit look good.
Well, this could be really all a front to traffic cocaine.
The whole movie.
The whole movie.
Yes, yeah.
They showed the cocaine. Like, oh yeah, it's real. That's all it was for. Just an excuse to get fake cocaine
Yeah.
in from Canada or from U.S. to Canada or vice
Yeah.
versa.
It's that northern border you
Yeah.
really got to worry about.
Yeah. Can't get
Okay.
trapped with that cocaine. Cocaine in Canada.
But yeah, I mean they get hired on.
Yeah.
They meet a hot old lady. A hot old lady.
They find out is also a undercover DEA agent as well.
Who they think might have turned.
She's been in it too long.
Yeah.
But everybody's watching her.
She's experienced that casino, strip club, cocaine lifestyle.
I mean, it didn't look bad.
It looked pretty good, actually. Yeah. So yeah, James Hong runs
Yeah.
an underground casino / strip club.
Yeah, and you get your drugs and stuff. All the higher ups in Canada go there.
You can see as many naked butterfaces as you want. As many as you want.
So true.
You can even, perhaps, get a little bit more in the back room.
Yeah, you do whatever you want. Just James Hong might film it and use it as blackmail.
Yeah, there's this. He's like, see the fat one over there? He likes to have a lot of fun out here.
I'm gonna use him.
Yeah, there's this scene where this other fat guy who's with one of his Asian hookers, and then like
Favorite Asian.
he goes, his favorite. He goes to the security room and he's like talking to his boys. He's like, anything good on the screen today? And right then she's starting to strip in front of this greasy politician.
So yeah.
So basically, he has the Epstein thing going. He's collecting all this shit on these politicians.
yes.
And
Got
that's how he's running his business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Standard procedure.
it seemed fail-proof. It seemed that.
Yeah, he even had the whole joint rigged with explosives just in case shit went bad. And I get, how much would you love to just go into the building every day where somebody could push a button and blow the whole thing up?
Exactly. Not give you any warning. Set it for 5 minutes. Have all the henchmen. You still got to fight these guys. Building's gonna explode in like 5 minutes.
Luckily that 5 minutes is more like 15 minutes.
Oh my god, yes. That was the longest 5 minutes ever. And then you had like this giant jacked white dude.
Right. Who we've
the
seen
head
in some of
henchman.
these movies
Yeah.
before. Yeah, I know I've seen that guy. I don't remember his name, but it just, yeah, he's also really goofy, bad acting.
Yeah.
I was like how he always pours. James Hong will go pick up the glass, and the guy has the bourbon ready.
Yeah.
Just pours it in there while
I mean, if dude was paying me at least $5,000 a week,
Yeah.
I would.
I would want my henchmen
Yes.
to. Yeah.
It's the least you could do.
So we've got to get to the awkward sex scenes.
Okay. Yeah.
So our Jalal,
Yes.
our Seagal lookalike, he saves the old lady. Okay, we didn't explain. Yeah, the
old lady.
She's become James Hong's main squeeze.
Yes.
And she's like some guy in the casino tries to rape her.
Yeah. But all eyes are on her. She can't refer back to the DEA.
Yeah.
Anyways, dude tries to rape her. Jalal saves her.
Yeah. And she comes in to his room in the middle of the night.
So you see him turn and like cover himself up in the bed sheets.
Yeah. So she comes in, and then he just jumps out. He
jumps out from another spot in the room.
Cut off sweatshirt and G-string.
Yes.
Like banana hammock.
Yeah.
Just like,
and hops on top of her. Weirdest thing you'll ever see.
And then he's like, we need to talk about her boss.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I love our boss. No, I mean our other boss.
Let's go to the shower.
She's like, goes in. They go into the shower, into the bathroom, and he fucking sits up on the counter and just like props his leg up. His like super hairy legs. He's like, so anyway. And then they have this, conversation. She assures him, no, she's really.
Yeah, I didn't flip. I just can't make these calls.
I can't make a phone call. I can't do it. I can get almost raped, and then also I can sneak in here to bang you, but I can't get away to.
No, never.
You can't do it.
It's awful. It makes no sense.
So yeah, but then he's like, oh, but you came in here for a reason. She's like, fuck yeah, I did, young man.
I want to keep my bra and panties on in this shower.
Well, until they're not.
Yeah.
Until they're not on. Yeah, then there's it looked like he was groping a lich.
That body of mass was very weird for me to see.
The way it's you can see the wrinkles, how she's kind of
and then the hair
melding into.
Yeah, it was like The Thing.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like to me.
It's disturbing.
Yeah.
I'm glad it stopped when it did.
And then the next day, he's talking to Billy Taebo.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, no, she's cool. And he's like, oh, you get laid?
Yeah.
And she's cool?
Yeah, which was the best point. The smartest thing he said this whole movie. Yes, exactly.
That's how it happened.
Yes. Oh, no, she's perfect. She's good.
She's fine.
Absolutely.
We banged last night. She's totally on our side. What? You sure about that? Turns out she was.
Turns out she actually was. Yeah. There's also a scene where they go to do. James Hong sends the two of them to go on this drug deal.
Oh yeah.
With these Canadian bikers, the most Canadian bikers.
What was it that he said? He said something because I've been waiting for it the whole time, like the typical Canadian thing to say.
He said A. He said no, that was an A.
A. Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. But it goes bad because one of the guys that they're with,
Dumbass Johnny.
Yeah, one of the other henchmen with them, they're with the bikers. The bikers like, you ever see one of these?
This is like some machine
like a
gun
Mac
thing.
10 or something, and the guy just starts shooting it randomly,
just into the ceiling. And cops were just outside the warehouse.
Yeah, thank you.
And they thought they were set up.
Yeah.
No, it's dumbass Johnny is what we call him.
Yeah,
just firing a fucking gun.
Like, oh, I mean, you wanted me to check out your gun, right? I gotta just shoot it everywhere.
Just start shooting. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
The next time somebody shows me, they're gonna look at it and just start firing off.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
So yeah, that was a pretty good action scene, I think. You had a little car chase in through the warehouse, and then there's the black chicks with him, one of the strippers.
Yes, yeah, she's initially driving the van,
Yeah.
and then Billy Taebo saves her.
Yeah, he takes over and gets the van out, and so then they got a bang,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, she comes in, she's like, "Oh, thank you. I figured you want a massage."
Yeah.
This one went on a little bit longer
Yeah.
than the
A little
other
bit.
weird
A little
mass.
bit. It wasn't as bad as the old lady scene. Not quite.
Old people need love too.
Although I do want to point out how fucking weird Billy Taebo looks with his hair, because he's got the receding
Oh
hairline.
yeah,
So like if you look at my bald ass head and then imagine like my hair goes up
it goes
here
up into that flat
about
top.
halfway into a flat top, it looks really weird.
He's like that in I think it's TC 2 or 3002. I think I got like 3 or 4 other movies with him in it.
Okay. Yeah, I'd never
From
seen
that
him in
era.
a movie. I didn't know he did movies.
I didn't
All I
know
remember
either.
him from was Taebo.
Yeah,
And I think his thing, I think it was Taekwondo, and then he turned it into a workout routine
Yeah.
or whatever.
yeah.
Guy's definitely in amazing shape.
Oh yeah.
But
That too, doing push-ups off the fingers,
yeah,
Eagle style,
he was doing those jumping one-handed push-ups, and he was like,
spinning
he would
around.
rotate. Yeah, he was doing all that shit, and then they were hanging from their fingers.
And he had Jalal just kind of doing some stuff. The
right,
splits.
right. Oh yeah, he could do the splits. That's right. Okay, I still got the splits.
I can't do these push-ups today, man.
Yeah.
Can't.
But yeah, I mean they shit goes south. They get found out,
Yeah.
and then they just decide, fuck it.
Let's
She gets all this shit out of their safe.
Yeah.
The old lady,
She gets caught.
all the info on the politicians.
Yes.
Which, how they think that's gonna help them? That's like. That's like that's the most sure way to get this whole thing buried and get him released. You know, it's like nobody's
gonna burn everything.
Yeah. How many people from Epstein's little book have you heard about?
None.
No, nobody.
Yeah, those people are gonna get off scot-free. Dude's gonna be like living in a mansion, living the sweet life.
Yeah, just living it up.
What was it? Oh yeah, another one of my favorites was when Jalal was crawling through the vents, these tiny ass vents.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I can fit in there. I can do it." And then just squirming his way through there. And my favorite parts of it is like when he would slide backwards.
Well,
in
yeah,
one of the vents.
and then you just. It's clearly a room
Yeah.
on the other side, and then you'll just see him like. Because it's like it's like this. He's like, I can fit, no problem. So they do all these weird cuts. Because at one point, he backs in.
Yeah.
He backs into it. And then you see him, like, his head first is... And then later on, you see him... Like, how is he turning? He's turning around in these fucking tunnels? I don't think it works that way.
No.
I don't think it... Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, so there's a lot of goofy stuff that happens in this movie with the action, and I guess I can end it on this. The end of this movie it's just like the most drawn out fucking random fights because their kung fu master that taught them, they call him up and they're like, we need your help. So he brings all of his fucking kung fu nerds to the warehouse, to the casino, and then James Hong has his own kung fu nerds. And there's just fights, and they're all bad. They're really bad. Some of them are okay, but most of them are really bad. So it's just these dorks just goes on, and that's what we're talking about, that 5-minute timer on that bomb.
Yeah.
It just stretches out. I was literally getting sleepy, and that doesn't happen to me often.
It was bad, especially like, let's do 5 minutes, and then 20 minutes goes by.
Yeah, like urgency. Okay, 5 minutes. Bam, it's got to happen.
Yeah, we got to get this done.
You want to feel the urgency, and it just keeps going and going and going. And it'll show it like 1 minute less. And you're like, 1 minute?
That has not been a minute. It's been more, way more. This makes no sense. What is this time? And then the building blows up.
Yeah, it blows up, and they all stand there looking like,
whoa,
explosion. Yeah, let's go to scores.
All right.
Why don't you go ahead?
I'll start off with a 3. There was some funny stuff in it. Yeah, that's about it, really. There's some funny stuff. Billy, I felt like he could have done some more action on it. And it was just not a good buddy cop movie
No.
type thing. It needs to be way. I didn't feel the Rush Hour vibe or the 48 hours.
Where are the
Yeah.
racist jokes?
Yeah.
I mean, there was a little bit of that, but come on, it's
Yeah.
the '90s. You could do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just wasn't a good buddy cop martial arts movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. I'm gonna go 3.5. I like the first half a lot more than the second half. Like when they first meet and just the stupid conversations they have
Oh, yeah.
are pretty. It's pretty funny just because it's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But they just kind of drag this shit out too long. I know they want to make it seem action packed, but some of those fights were so bad.
Should have just taken him out.
Just
take it out.
Cut out like 10 minutes. Cut out 10 minutes. It would be a lot better.
I wouldn't even have had like the whole groupies fight. I just would have left it giant white dude.
Yeah.
Billy Taebo.
Yeah, nobody cares about that.
James Hong, and then Jalal. Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And everybody's escaping. That's it.
Yeah, it would have been. You would have felt more urgent, and it would have hit a little bit harder because of the fact that they've only got 5 minutes. So poor use of that. We've only got so much time thing you see in so many movies.
It's like in Dragon Ball Z. Like Planet Namek, when it's about to blow up, it's like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Stretched out over 20 episodes.
Yeah. Well, you got to power up. There's a lot of powering up got to happen. Right? A lot of screaming. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the best. It's not even one of the best of these kind of sea-level action movies we've seen. But I think Billy Blanks is okay. He's definitely better than fucking
Jalal, dude.
But he's better than him, and he's also better than basketball player.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman. Yeah. Dennis Rodman. I feel like they should have played to his strengths in the martial arts. Let's not act like he's doing kung fu. Just be a big guy, kick some people in the head.
Right.
Let's not make it too complicated.
That'd be a good idea. Redo Double Team, but still have Jean-Claude.
Yeah, Jean-Claude's still in shape.
Yeah,
man.
but replace it with Billy.
Billy Blanks. No, fucking do a sequel and put Wesley Snipes in there. Wesley Snipes hasn't aged a day.
They did make a sequel, but I think it's just Dennis Rodman and somebody else. But yeah. Wesley Snipes would like to work again.
Wesley Snipes is amazing.
Yeah.
He was. Did you see that show he did? I watched some of it. It was. He did a show with what's that short black comedian? What's that guy's name?
Which one?
It's on Netflix. He's a short black comedian. He's really, really huge.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did a Netflix show with him where they're brothers, and Kevin Hart's like a rich comedian, and Wesley Snipes is his fuck up brother. But
did not know this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And basically Kevin Hart fucks up and he gets like a murder pinned on him for some like he bangs a hooker and somehow she dies. And so Wesley Snipes is like he's been on the streets, right? So he's gonna fix it.
Yeah.
And I watched the first 2 episodes. It's okay. I'll go back to it. But Wesley Snipes is a very good actor. I feel like Wesley Snipes is underrated, even as an actor. But
he was really good in the Rudy Ray Moore movie that they did on
I need to
Netflix.
watch that. Dude. Yeah, I need to watch that.
It's Eddie Murphy playing as Rudy Ray Moore. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Well, here you go. Watch that instead of this movie. No, it was fun. It was fun. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Right. It's been a review.
That's been it.